Everyone knows there's just those certain games out there that just scratch that itch. Well, Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 is exactly one of those games, and today we're gonna hop in. So here we are. We have our first garage. Look at this. Well, technically, I guess it's a gas station, but we have nothing to do with the gas station part. We are all about doing the mechanical side of things over here. So if you've never checked out this game before, you're in for a treat. It's really fun. I have played a ton of this game, but I've never had it on the channel before, and I figured, you know what, now's the perfect time. We just finished Car Dealer Simulator, so let's jump into Car Mechanic Simulator. Let's go, man. So, first order of business, that's shopping list. We need to check out our orders because we are going to have a story order here that's going to let us progress in the actual game itself. So, we've got a Luxor Barone here. It is a story order. And the customer says, "Hi, I was just passing by and I noticed your repair shop. It's good that somebody took care of the old ruined petrol station." Well, we don't care about the petrol part, but it is what it is. The car that I'm coming with today is quite a recent purchase. I used it on a daily basis. The condition is rather okay. It would be good to check the oil level and tires. So this is like a very basic order here, guys, right? It's basically change oil. That's it. We're going to learn how to change oil. Now, I already know how to change oil, but we're going to do it. It's going to be fun, okay? So here we go. Anytime you want to do something with a car, you're going to right click on it. There's going to bring up a whole bunch of options here. The one we're concerned about is getting it inside our actual garage. So we're going to do move car, and we'll put it on car lift A. Now, magically, we get moved with it, which is amazing. So here we are. Okay. We want to lift this bad boy up. Well, actually, first off, let's check out the car status right here on our little wheel. If we take a look over here, okay, so brake pads, they're an issue. Fuel pump's an issue. Oil filter, round air filter, standard tire. Oh, okay, so there's more than just the oil. Okay, I didn't realize we were going to have a whole bunch of other stuff. So basically, we have to do all the fluids just about, including the oil, plus a couple other things here, which really shouldn't be too hard, actually. Let's go ahead and lift her up. Up you go, my friend. Man, this thing looks like a rusty piece of you-know-what, doesn't it? I suppose the first thing we'll start with is going to be the actual tire here. Let's go ahead and start unscrewing these bolts. And as we progress through the game, obviously this will become faster. But there's tire number 1. And we want to go over to tire number 2. So if I could just get it in my view, I can go ahead and click on it. And there we go. Uh-oh. What's this? We got a rusty bolt. Do a little WD-40. And the rest are coming right out. Beautiful. All right, let's get all 4 of these tires off. Okay, there's our last tire. So let's see, what else do we need to do? We need to do brake pads, and they should be highlighted. Oh, there they are. Okay, for some reason I just wasn't seeing the highlight, but let's go ahead and remove the brake caliper, and that'll get us to the actual brake pad underneath. And I mean, that brake caliper looks like it needs some work as well. So maybe we'll go and do that, but maybe not. I don't know. If it doesn't want us to, I don't really see any reason to actually do that. So, a couple more bolts here. Let's get this brake pad off. Oh yeah, 14%. That's no good. Let's just immediately go ahead and add 1 and 2 brake pads to our shopping list. And we can go ahead and go over here. Oh, hang on. Sorry. We actually we have to go to our actual computer if we want to order parts. So let's go do that now. And we're going to go in our main shop. We're going to open our shopping list right here. Click on brake pads and order 2. Thank you very much. And we'll take the brake pads and just get them off of there. Now, before we actually put these on, let me just make sure brake pads. Yep. Okay. That's it. Let's get them on. So to get them on, we just right click and we go to part mount. And then we just basically do exactly what we did before, but in reverse. So we'll get the calipers on, but we are not going to do the tires because I do believe that the tires are going to need a little bit of extra love. And to do that, we're going to need to do something a little bit special, which I'll show you in a second here. Okay, so there's our brake pads on. Let's go ahead and mess with these tires now. So we have a thing over here that will go ahead and separate the tires from the rims. So we're going to do this 4 times. And then I do believe we're going to need to buy replacement tires that are going to fit on these rims. So let's see, tires, standard tire, 17%. You can see in the top left corner there. So let's go through and get all 4 of these off. And then let's take a look here, tire. I don't know if they're all the same size just yet, so I'm going to hold off on buying anything until I actually have all 4 of my tires in my inventory. And then we can go ahead and make sure that, you know, everything is the same, the thickness and whatnot. By the way, guys, I know nothing about being an actual mechanic, so you will have to forgive me if I kind of like say things wrong. I know how to play the game, but I don't know anything about real, you know, mechanical work. So pardon me there. Now, let's take a look here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got, wait, what? Oh yeah, we have 4 tires. They're all 17%. Do I want to sell it? No, I don't, but I do want to add 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they were actually all the same. So 215, 75, R15. Let's go head over to our computer and get that 215, 75, R15. So let's go to our tire shop, click on this, and we want to go to 215. There we go. So now we need 4 of those bad boys. And geez, they are expensive, huh? 680 credits for 4 tires. Well, we need them, so nothing we can do about that. Now we're going to go right back over to our tire changer, and we're going to go ahead and install these brand new tires on here. And then once we're done installing, we are going to have to go through and do a little bit of wheel balancing so that everything kind of sits properly here. So here's our balancer. We just put the tire on there, and then we rotate the tire. And when you get to the green mark, you just hit space, and you're balanced. And you just go through and you do that for every tire. You'll know when you've done them all because nothing will show up for you to actually balance when you click on this machine anymore. And sometimes you have to do it twice, sometimes you have to do it thrice. I don't really know if there's any logic to that, but that's just kind of how it is. Let's go ahead and do this one. Another triple. No problem. Bam. Give me that tire. Give me you. Last one, and we can go ahead and put these back on our car. Oh, that was super easy that time. Okay, beautiful. Let's go ahead and mount these bad boys back up. Go to part mount. And tire number 1 going on. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and swap over to the other side, do the same thing. Now there is an option later on, after many upgrades and many cars have been worked on, for you to get like these like salvage benches where you can go ahead and repair some of these things yourself, like the rims you'll be able to repair. Obviously not the tires, you can't repair those, but you can just junk them and buy new ones. But the rims you can repair, all the body equipment you can repair, at least anything that's like metal. A lot of the parts you can repair, some you can't, but there definitely are a lot that you can. So if you guys enjoy playing a game where you basically have like another job, this is probably the game for you. It is kind of like having a second job, though. That's the way it is. And when you get to some of the more advanced cars, ooh boy, it can become quite a bit. Now let's check our status here. So tires, all done. Let's go ahead and uncheck those. Brake pads, check. We need to do our fuel pump, oil filter, and round air filter. Those should be easy enough. Let's go ahead and hop out of there. Now we do want to raise the car up one more time, because in order for us to get to the oil filter, we're going to need to drain the oil. So we'll move this guy over here, and let's go ahead and drain that oil, baby. All right. That's all done. Let's bring it back. Oh, actually, hang on. Can I get the oil filter from down here? Yeah, there we go. Let's just unscrew that real quick. Go to our inventory. We'll add, no. Add you. And you know what? Let me actually close this and check. Let's get rid of our tires. Okay. So what else do we need to do? We need to do the fuel pump, and we need to do the round air filter. The fuel pump, it's on the back side over here. Is that it? No, that's a starter. You know what? It might be back all the way back here. Yep, there it is. I knew I saw you, you sneaky little dog. Okay, we got our fuel pump. Let's go ahead and add one of those to our shopping cart as well. And let's lower the car one more time so we can get to our air filter, and we'll go ahead and add that. Then we'll go on a little shopping spree. Okay, this is what we need right here. Thank you very much. And I will take you. And then let's go ahead and add one of those as well. And let's go shopping again. So we don't need to be in the tire shop anymore. We want to be in the main shop, and we want one oil filter. Check. One fuel pump. Check. And one round air filter. Check. Okay, that's everything we need. So we might as well start with our air filter here, since it's obviously right under the hood where we are. So let's get that on there. Easy peasy. And let's go ahead and kick up the car. And we'll do everything that we need to do from underneath, which is going to be the oil filter right there. No. Oh, I know why. Because I'm not on part mount. Whoops. Here we go. Now we're on the right thing. Let's get that screwed in, and we want to go all the way back here to get our fuel filter, or fuel pump, pardon me. And that's it. We are basically done. Now all we have to do is remove these from our shopping list, and then we can go ahead and lower the car and start adding our fluids again. Now I do believe, and I'll just verify this right now, that part of the whole thing here was to change basically all the fluids. So we got change oil, brake fluid, power steering fluid, and windshield fluid. So yeah, we need to change everything. Let's go here, and we want to go to special tools, and we want to go to our drain tool. And this is basically just in case there is anything left over. We'll suck it out, and then we'll go ahead and add new stuff in. So power steering. And where is our windshield? There it is. Let's get this guy. And that should be everything. So let's just verify that. 1, 2, 3. Yep, windshield, brake, and power steering. We got all three of those. So now we can go ahead and start adding everything back in. And this is relatively straightforward. You just hold left click. And you can't even like overfill or anything, which is a little funny to me. I always thought that if you like overfilled, you should have some sort of like penalty. You should be penalized. But no, you don't get penalized at all. Game is very forgiving. I am not very forgiving. If I made the game, you'd be penalized, all right? You'd be paying for all this fluid. Okay, a little bit more here on the power steering, and then we'll go over to the brake. Very good. Oh, and you know what? Let's do our oil too while we're at it. Since we are right here. Oil's the big one. Okay, there we go. Oil is full. That's all she wrote. And we need some brake fluid, and that's it. We can call this car done. Move on to the next one. Oh yeah, look at that, baby. We are done. Let's go here. Check everything's off. Everything's got green check marks. Check, check, check. Oh yeah, finish order. How much did we make? We made a... Wait, did we start? I think we started with 5,000, didn't we? So we made a whopping 91 credits. Wow. Okay. Well, whoa, hang on. We got a case. Okay. I'm going to quickly go through and sell all these parts that we don't need at the moment. And let's go ahead and open this case, baby. Let's see what we got. Level me up, please. Give me some XP. Yeah, that's 2 XP away, guys. How about you? Okay, bonus case. I'll take a bonus case. Let's see what we got in this one. A little bit of gambling. I like it. Yeah, XP. Give me that level. And 5 scrap. Okay, that's the scrap symbol right there. You can have scrap, credits, and XP. Those are basically the items that you can collect. Okay, first car down. Feels good. Feels really good. I guess let's check our next order here. So this is our next story mission. It's going to have a couple other things involved with it as you progress. I don't necessarily see other things. Sometimes you have to read through here quickly just to see if there's anything. Okay, so you might have to go into the engine a little bit on this one, which we're not going to do. We're going to go ahead and make a little bit of money because this one is... Ooh, never mind. This is bonus XP. We definitely want that one. Go ahead and give me... Anytime there's... Oh, baby, look at this thing. Wow, this guy's got a fancy car, doesn't he? Now, the other way that you can quickly get XP is by going into examination mode and examining your engine. I believe you can do your suspension system, the exhaust, and like basically a whole bunch of things. And each time you examine a part, that's 1 XP you gain. So this is a great way to get XP if you're looking for it. Now, as you progress further in the game, you also get some other additional tools, like there's an OBD reader, there's electrical testing, there is like a whole dyno room with like a test thing where you can test out the suspension in there, and that'll look at like all your bearings and stuff like that. There's what else is there? I'm trying to think. There's some like engine stuff as well aside from the OBD thing, which like you'll do like compression test, tread test for all the tires and stuff. There's lots of things going on here. So it's a very in-depth game. Okay, I think just this side on the suspension is left, but I mean, I probably made 40 to 50 XP there just going through and examining all these parts. So bam, that's an easy win right there. I think that I've covered all my base. Oh, sorry, spoke too soon. Fuse box. You always got to make sure you check these little parts in here. Make sure you're not missing anything. Okay, that is everything. So let's go ahead and go back in here, shut the hood, and let's get the car inside and on the lift. So now that we have it inside, let's go ahead and check the car status. And here is where it'll tell us everything that actually has to get done. So we need 3 calipers, an ABS pump, brake disc, and brake pads. That's easy enough. So in here, we'll be able to see our ABS module, and here's our ABS pump behind the module. So to get to the actual pump, we're gonna have to take off the module first. Pretty easy. Looks like it's in relatively good shape, so nothing we have to do there. Now the actual pump itself, you can clearly see, yeah, that ain't looking too good. 8%, okay. Good thing we changed that out. Now, see how there's some things that have like this turquoise outline? See, we just removed this, but if I move my mouse away, it's got a little turquoise bluish outline. That's a part that's highlighted for us to change. And I went ahead and did that in here. So anything that's starred, that's gonna be highlighted like that. So that way we know, hey, I gotta change that part. And you can see there's our brake disc back there, caliper 1, caliper 2, and caliper 3 over there. So that makes it nice and easy for us to get in here and do all the work we got to do. Now we do have to lift the car up before we can start taking these tires off. So let's do that. And let's go ahead and start removing tires. Nice thing is, I mean, look at this rim, pristine. Nice thing is we don't have to mess around with the tires at all. So we just got to take them off and go ahead and swap out the caliper. Take you off. I don't even have to mess with the actual brake pads themselves. Just need the caliper. That's all I want. That's all I need. Don't care about nothing else. Let's go ahead and get this tire off and we'll move on to this caliper. And there it is. Man, it looks like a real piece of junk, doesn't it? Ooh, these brake pads too. Hang on. Were there brake pads on the order? Oh, there were. You can kind of just tell by looking at parts whether they need to be changed or not, you know? That obviously was super rusty, not looking fantastic. Let's go ahead and get this wheel off and take a look under here. I could already see the brake disc itself looking real rusty right behind the rim right there. Now to get to that, we are going to have to take off the caliper and the pads. So let's get those off. And the pads next. Pads look relatively new, but now we can go ahead and remove the brake disc. So let's hop over to this side. This should just be the caliper over here. Nothing too fancy. And taking the wheel off. gives us access under here. And give me that caliper. So that should be everything that we need. We got the pump. We got 3 calipers. We got a setup. We got 1 pad and a brake disc. Beautiful. That's everything we need. So let's go to our inventory, and anything that is red here, we're going to go ahead and add to our shopping list. So we'll do 1, 2, 3 calipers, 1 brake disc, 1 pad, and 1 actual set of brake pads. And that should be 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2. Yep. Okay. Perfect. So now we can go ahead and go to our computer and order all this stuff up. 3 calipers, 1 brake disc. Oh, ABS pump is going to be in a different section. I'll show you in a second. So ABS pump, I believe, is going to be in electronics. Yep. There we go. There we go. That's it. Man, that was expensive, that pump. 950 credits. Okay, well, let's get that installed first. That's like our big money item right there. Bam, there we go. We should get a little bit of money when we do sell the old one, but obviously we're not going to get full reimbursement. 950 bucks. We'll get like the core price. Okay, there we go. And I guess what we'll do now, we'll just go through and start adding back the calipers and the brake pads. So, bam. Now, hopefully it's just the calipers themselves and not like the, geez, what do they call those things? I think it's a bearing. Like, it's a little bearing that goes inside the caliper. Maybe just a small bearing. I'll see when I install this next one here. Let me go over and just negotiate my way over here. Oh, this one was brakes, brake pads, and the caliper. That's right. Okay, so we got the caliper and oh, the brake caliper cylinder. That's what I was thinking of, not a bearing. Whoops. Beautiful. We'll get the tire back on, and then we just got to go through and do 2 more calipers, and we're done. And a brake disc. Can't forget about that. Whoops. Okay, let's move on to the last one here. This one's just a caliper, so we'll get this on. We'll get the tire replaced, and then I believe we can call this car finished and hopefully make a decent chunk of change off this. Well, at least get a good amount of XP because it was a 25 bonus XP car. So it should finish her up. Let's take a look here. Everything is checked. Finish order. And okay, so 56.29 on the credits now. Not bad. Now let's start looking at some other things we can do here. So we've got our toolbox, and this is going to be all of our upgrade points. Now, I think that our best bet is going to be to go ahead and start with the examination tree and work our way up here, because examining parts is going to get us a good amount of XP, especially in the early game right now. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. Let's unlock you. Bam. Beautiful. Now, there are some other things that you can do, and it's actually in the toolbox as well, but I completely missed it. So here's all the expansions you can get, and here's all the tools you can get. Now, tablet. Oh, baby, I want that tablet bad, but we are, like, money is very, very tight right now. Ooh, okay, there's a lot of stuff I want in here. Okay, here's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get the electric multimeter. Anything that's cheap, basically, we're gonna get. We're gonna get the tire gauge. Charger, no. Window tint toolkit, I don't really care about that. I do, okay, we're gonna get the fuel pressure meter and the compression tester. I don't really want to spend a whole lot more than that, although the tablet would be nice to have as well. Okay, I think that's good for now. Let's go ahead and hold off on everything else. Let's get another car in here and let's start working. Let's do one more. And it's a story order. Let's go ahead and take it and see what's wrong with this thing. Okay, car status. What do we got going on here? We got quite a bit, man. Okay, so we got electrical issues. Spark plug, that's the first time we've had to deal with that. We've got a belt, a couple rubber bushings, ignition coil, and camshaft. So we're gonna have to get inside the engine on this one. This is gonna be a pretty big one. Okay, let's get it inside. Actually, you know what? Before we get it inside, let's do some examination here. And actually, let me show you guys these new tools so you can see exactly what I was talking about. So if we go in here to additional tools, now we have, aside from the drain tool, we have the fuel pressure test, tire tread tester, multimeter, and compression tester. And just like our regular examination mode, this is gonna just pump us full of XP right here. So it's very, very beautiful thing. Having these tools are absolutely essential so that you don't have to go through and be fiddling with every little part to figure out what's wrong with the vehicle. So there, our test came back. Obviously nothing really wrong there, but let's keep going on to our next one. Let's do our tire treads. This won't tell us the condition of the rims, but it will tell us the condition of the actual tires on the rims. Okay, nothing crazy going on there. Let's move on. And we'll go with our multimeter test here. This will look at all of the electrical systems in the car, battery, fuses, ABS, but like everything. Okay, look at that. Everything's looking pretty good in there. Let's move on. What other tests we got? Compression tester. This will test a lot of the parts in the actual engine itself. Oh yeah, look at that camshaft I4B. Definite issues there. And I think we kind of had that one identified already. So did we get any additional information here that we did not have before? Unfortunately, no. We still have 4 parts that have not been discovered, and we're gonna have to discover them before we know the full extent of what we have to do on this vehicle. So let's go ahead and back out of here. I'm gonna go into regular examination mode, and I'm gonna go through everything here, see if I can't figure out exactly what's going on with this thing. Well, just finished basically examining everything, and I did not see anything immediately stick out as the root cause of the problems that we're going to just find off basic eye examination. So that's kind of unfortunate. Next step, let's get this guy inside on the car lift and start taking things apart. I have a feeling it's going to be something in the engine. That's just my gut feeling. So let's get in there. And let's drain the oil, and I guess we'll start there and just kind of start hunting and pecking. See if we can't find exactly where this issue lies. So, first things first, obviously, we're going to need the oil removed, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and suck out all the fluids. They all need to be changed anyway, so better be safe than sorry and leave fluid in there and then get docked. I'd rather just get it all done with now. So, let's go through and just take care of that. Alrighty, fluid is done. Now, let me hop over here. I am going to start just highlight. Actually, I'm not going to highlight any of the brake parts. I want to kind of get all the engine stuff highlighted and out of the way first. Rubber bushings, they're not going to be part of the engine stuff, but we'll highlight them anyway. Couple back there. You know, the parts actually could be rubber bushings. Let me look through the rubber bushings real quick and just see if I can't see any. See this one? How it looks like all black and nasty on there? If we see any others that look like that, then we know that that is the part. But so far, I'm not seeing any others just right off the rip. Nope. I think there's a couple in the back. Let's hop back there. Well, that one needs to be changed, but what about these guys? Nope. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any more rubber bushings that are the issue. I think it's definitely going to be something in the motor. Well, I'm going to start ripping this bad boy apart, and we'll see what's going on. Oh, I think it might be the spark plugs, guys. 26. There were 2 spark plugs that we didn't have any information on. It could have been those. Let me see. Nope, it's not. Never mind. All right, I got to keep taking this thing apart. Unfortunately, until we get a little bit further in the game, it's kind of going to be a pain in the butt to take the engine apart because we have to actually leave it in the vehicle. But at a certain point, why can't I take this out? Oh, there. Okay, I was just on the wrong part. And you know what? As I'm looking, do I see anything that looks like it might be an issue in there aside from the camshaft? No, not looking like it. Okay. Well, let's at least get this camshaft out. We are going to have to take apart some like timing belts and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure. Why can't I get that one? There it is. So that'll all be over here, right next to the power steering stuff. But we'll get there when we get there. Yep, so timing cover has to come off. All this stuff has to come off over here. And you know what? I think we needed a belt anyway. So that's not too big of an issue. Oh, look at this, guys. Cam gear. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff that needs to be worked on here. I'm glad I looked. Now, whether or not these things here are actually new issues, no, they're not. So we already knew about that. Okay. All right. The search continues. Well, finally got our camshaft out, and I don't think we've identified any other problems. That's an issue. Oh, man. Maybe it's something simple like brake pads or brake discs. You know what? We are going to go through and do all the tires before I start ripping this whole engine apart, because if it just turns out to be like a caliper, I'm gonna lose it, man. Gonna go crazy. So let's just go ahead and do this real quick, and we'll kind of put this to bed and figure out exactly what's going on. I can already see this brake disc ventilated is an issue here, as well as the brake discs or the brake pads under there. Caliper looks all right though. Yeah, look at these brake pads. I am so glad I checked that stuff. Let me see if that. Yeah, there we go. Brake pads, brake disc ventilated. All right, let's keep going through. Oh, I think I'm seeing some more brake pads that need replacing. Yes, we are. And maybe this brake disc ventilated? Let me see here. It's got to be that. I'm pretty sure that's everything now. Yep, there we go. Okay, so good thing we didn't tear that whole engine apart. That would have been... Oh boy, that would have been crazy on like our second story car. Let me go into my inventory here. Now, let's see. What is the minimum that it needs to be on this vehicle to actually count as fixed? So repair with parts of minimum condition 81%. Now sometimes it can be a little difficult to know exactly what you have to do, but in this case we kind of know it's all of our brake pads, 4 bushings, the camshaft, 2 spark plugs, etc. So let's go to our inventory and see if we can't identify that. So we know it's 4 brake pads. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 of the brake disc ventilated. And what else? Camshaft. Now these are the ones I'm unclear about. Idle roller, serpentine belt, and belt tensioner. So let's go look there. Idle roller is there. Serpentine belt and the belt tensioner. Yep, there it is. Okay. Sometimes it never hurts to like double check things like that, you know? Because it might be in the orange, but you might not need to replace it still. Okay, I think I now have everything in my inventory added to my list, my shopping list that I need to. So let's go over the oldie computer and start buying some parts here. Anything I need in this store? Yes, ignition coil and 2 spark plugs. All right, we can switch over to the other store now and get everything else over there. All right, last thing here is our belt tensioner, and we should theoretically be good to go. So what I'll do is I'll work on the tires first. We'll get everything situated here and good to go. And then as long as everything shows up with a green check mark after we do here in terms of like brakes and tires and all that stuff and whatnot, then I think we're good to go. And then all we have to do is move on to the bushings. All right, so after we put all our tires back on, everything is good to go. So let's get these bushings out. We'll buy 4 of these bad boys, and then we can move on to the engine. Okay, rubber bushings are almost done. And I did want to show you guys one other thing here once I get this one in, just to like avoid any confusion. As you're going through and you're working on your car, you can go to car status here, and once you did a part and it's got a check mark here, just go ahead and unstart. So that way you're not seeing it highlighted anymore. Occasionally, if you leave it on there on accident or something, it can be real easy for you to be like, man, I just replaced that. Why is it's no good still? But it really is good. You just need to unhighlight it. That's it. Okay, let's go ahead and start adding them back on engine parts. We've got idle rollers, we've got camshafts, we've got a whole batch load of timing parts and water pumps and all sorts of things to start reattaching here. But I'm pretty confident that we've got just about everything up and running again, or at least replaced. So yeah, feeling pretty good about this car. I think we're going to be done very shortly here. All right, got most of the timing on one side put back together, just getting my camshaft all buckled in here. And then I'm going to start working on the side that's right off to our right over here. Let's just get the engine head cover back on real quick too. And then we can go ahead and move over there and start reattaching all that stuff. All right, cam gear A. Oh, I thought that was one that we had replaced. I guess not. Okay, timing chain. Check. And cam gear B. Was this the one? Which one did we replace? I thought it was one of those. Oh, maybe it's on the other side. It's got to be on the other side. I know we definitely replaced one of those. Yeah, it's got to be over here because I didn't finish doing everything yet. Cam gear I4. Yeah, there's the one. Okay, okay. All right, well, we're nearly done here. Everything's just about put back together, and then we can go ahead and call it a day, I think, at the shop. Okay, that's basically the engine put back together. So let's go ahead and get rid of some of these markings here. Serpentine belt A. The I4B? Wait. Which one are you? Did I... Hang on. Tell me I gotta take that off again. Oh, man. Oh, wait, no. It's good. Okay, wow. For some reason, I must have mistaken that for the spark plug. So, all we have left are spark plugs, ignition coil, and oil filter. That's easy enough. Just hop up here and let's start getting our spark plugs in there. We had a little bit of a problem with a spark plug here. Not sure why, but was it because... Oh, I know why. The spark plug that was in there is 80%. It needs to be 81%, I'm pretty sure. Yep, 81%. Oh, man. Okay. All right, so we need one more spark plug before we can consider this job done. So let's add you to our shopping list and let's go buy one more spark plug. Sometimes it just is like that, guys, you know? You think you're done? You ain't done. You got one more thing to do. Let's get this in, and then this should button us all up, aside from the oil filter. All right, just adding the oil filter here, and this should be everything. Yep, all parts taken care of now. Beautiful. So all we have to do now is add in our oil and all of our other fluids, and we are good to go. This car can go out the door and be considered finished. All right, that should be everything, guys. I'm pretty sure that we have cleared every task here. Check, 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 check. Oh, beautiful. So before we finish this order, let's just see. XP 82, credits 36.94. Let's go ahead and finish it. And how we do? Oh yeah, nice XP boost and about 2,000 credits. So not bad. Plus, we still have all this stuff in our inventory and a case. Oh, I love the cases so much. Let's actually go through and sell all the parts that are... Yeah, let's just sell them all. I don't have anything in my inventory that I really need. And come on, case, give me something good here. 70 credits, okay. What about you? Barn location, okay. I'll take a barn location. Not really critical or anything we can use right at the moment, but definitely good to have those. So, all right, guys, first day in the shop. I feel like that was pretty good. We got 3 cars worked on. We brought them in. We sent them out. Customers were all happy. We did a bang up job. Next episode, I want to start expanding the shop a little bit. We got some work to do around here. We need to get rid of this old bus, convert this area over here into another lift. There's another area of the shop over there that we can open up eventually. So we have a lot of things that we can do around here. And we're going to start working on that. And of course, we're going to work on more cars as we do it, guys, obviously. So I hope you guys enjoy this new series. If you do, make sure you leave it in the comments down below so I know. Keeps me motivated. Lets me know that you actually want to see this as a series. So do be sure to comment down below. And if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed. And leave me a like as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, have yourself a beautiful day, and I will see you on the next one.